Hello fam, welcome back to our channel. Days after the governorship debate between Pastor Ize Iyamu, popularly known as POI, and Governor Obaseki, the result and the ripple effect is still being felt even up till now, as a staunch supporter of Ize Iyamu cries out. He seemed to be disappointed. He wants out. He has invested so much and is insisting that this must be done. In fact, the effect of that debate till now, somewhere for, but I can assure you a lot of persons were actually in support of Obaseki. A lot of persons talked about body language, but let's not go look at what other people are saying. Let's see what this staunch member is now doing and what he's telling every other person, Edolites, to do come on the 19th of September as it's about to go down. But before we go into the news proper and further analysis, we would like you to subscribe to our channel by clicking on the red subscribe button. Besides it, you see a bell notification icon. Please go ahead, click on it to get notified as soon as you update our channel on YouTube. Yesterday was a very tough day for me. My friends, family, and most especially my wife here in Houston, Texas. He is staying in America. But before the channel's TV governorship election debate, I invited my friends over to my house, and then I went to the supermarket to get the necessary drinks in preparation for the debate, because I assured them that Pastor Ize Iyamu was going to floor Governor Godwin Obaseki in the debate. At the beginning of the debate, I actually thought I was daydreaming when Pastor Ize Iyamu was dodging almost all the questions. What really got me angry was the fact that he was attacking the governor. He was looking angry, bitter, frustrated, and at a point, my Congolese friend had to tell me that your candidate does not seem prepared for this debate. From what happened yesterday, that's the day before yesterday, I just called my friend Osarentin, Edosomwan, who happened to be my childhood friend, and through whom I have donated 2 Sienna vehicles and many other campaign materials to Pastor Ize Iyamu campaign organization, including the campaign face caps and t-shirts that I have done. Since I can't retract the other items I have done for them, I have directed my mechanic to go to Osarentin or Edosomwan's house to retrieve my 2 Sienna vehicles immediately, because Ize Iyamu is not the right man for the job. He's not even looking prepared, and he has to go and fix his anger issues first. I've also directed my family members at home to vote en masse for Governor Godwin Obaseki this Saturday. I've changed my mind though, and I'm pledging my support for the re-election of Governor Godwin Obaseki, because the performance of Ize Iyamu at yesterday's debate was laughable and not one to be associated with. I've been calling Osarentin Edosomwan, but he's not taking my calls and he's not returning them as well. I'm going to retrieve my Sienna vehicles, whether he likes it or not, this morning. Now, this is getting interesting. When we watched that debate on Channels Television, it was actually live streamed. The only thing I noticed very quickly, was quite obvious, was Godwin Obaseki. I think he had a bit of stage fright. He was getting a bit, he was fidgeting, but I presume that should be stage fright. No, some of these guys over time, when they do broadcasts, public, they usually do it probably in the confines of their offices, and they grant interviews in the confines of their offices, probably on through the internet. So most often than not, rarely do you see them on the spot asking questions. But Pastor Ize Iyamu is a pastor. The issue of stage fright has been dealt with, being the fact that he gives out sermons every Sunday. He has gotten used to stage fright. He has been able to manage stage fright. But in all, when I looked at it, I saw, between the two of them, personally, this is my personal opinion now, I saw that Godwin Obaseki was defending the project he has done for 4 years. And he's also willing, where he made mistakes, he actually acknowledged. And he was very practical about things. Okay, he was very practical. He didn't begin to build, castles in the air. When you keep talking about paying salaries, yes, we all know that politicians loot. But when you say paying salaries in COVID-19, countries have suffered issues of, economic drop down over this issue of COVID-19. But for you to say COVID or no COVID by Pastor Ize Iyamu, that he will still progress. Even in the United States, they're still feeling the bite of COVID-19. So be practical. You keep saying they should employ every other person. Look at Kogi. It was just recently that when he was re-elected, he had to pay backlog of salaries owed. Right now, the country has over-owed. We are so much in debt. And some of the so-called projects that they have embarked on have not started yielding results. So right now, it may be difficult getting allocation money, except for, of course, security vote. So you need to have, like what Godwin Obaseki said, we need to have some sort of partnership, private partnership, that will bring in investment. How do you make that happen? Bring in security so that investors will be attracted to come. Make it a conducive atmosphere so that by the time the investors come in, they get locals as their cheap labor. And by so doing, everybody seems to, it's a win-win. But for you to say, no, that he has not paid people, be practical. And we all saw it. While he was busy, he didn't promise anything to Edolites. What he was saying, that when he was employed, he's going to give jobs. Jobs are normal things. Is part of the tenets of being even a governor. You should be able to provide good security, good road network, adequate job. How do you get, when in a situation where even the country as a whole is finding it difficult to even provide jobs for a steaming youth? Is it now one state that will now begin to boast of being able to employ how many millions? Get practical. This is Nigeria. When they put you in now, you now begin to put hand on your knees and begin to that is not easy. But you're now seeing it. We're all looking at it practically. And if you ask me personally, forget the bashing and the aggressiveness. Let's look at facts and figures. Let's look at points raised. I gave it totally to Godwin Obaseki. He spoke. He told Edolites what he wants, or what he feels he can do. What was it that Pastor Ize Iyamu gave? He was just busy attacking, It was time for him to sell himself. All this while, what we get to hear is Pastor Ize Iyamu has stole, allegedly, defrauded 700 million naira. It's in court and all that. And people keep saying that he was one time a cultist, that he was a one-time cultist and all that. Now is the opportunity to sell to the people that other than what you have been hearing, this is me. This is what I want to offer you. This is who I am. This is what I'm bringing to the table. Instead of doing that, you are busy attacking somebody who is ready to say one or two things. But let's quickly feel the pulse of Nigerians over this matter, because Nigerians have reacted over what this young man said. This one here is saying, he is already a failed aspirant. Another person here said, what do you expect when Ize Iyamu focused on personal attacks and certificates that are non-issues? This one here is saying, who will see a governor building refinery, a promise even the presidency couldn't keep, then leave the governor and vote for Ize Iyamu? Except they like suffering. This one here says, Ize Iyamu has nothing up there. This one here is saying, what do you expect from a cultist than anger and bitterness? He's now a pastor. Old things have passed away. Behold, all things have become new. People should pity him now. He's now a pastor. He's a pastor. That was in his past. Let's continue. This one here is saying, I missed that debate. Go to channels. Channels had it. This one here is saying, he is inconsequential when we talk about Nigerian election. What happened in Kano, Bayelsa, Osun is a case study. Him blabbering and bickering is out of place. Just a misplaced priority and effort in futility. The election have been decided already. Why you talk about election being decided already? I'm just taking a cue from what this young man said here. Don't forget that the United States have actually warned that anybody that is going to rig the upcoming election, they have already talked about Bayelsa and Kogi. But if anybody that tries to rig the elections, upcoming elections of Edo election 2020, that they should get their facts right, because they will give them visa ban. All politicians whose hands is going to be into this will get the visa ban. So if you are thinking you're going to rig the elections, just get ready. You are not ever going to come into the United States, at least until that ban is being lifted. So one must be careful. You don't overdo twos and overshootings. This one here is saying, Obaseki with all his antics will not save you on Saturday. Whatever it takes, we will take you out. And let the voters count. Let the vote of the people count. This one here says, of a truth, Obaseki showed he had a human part in him. He spoke like a gentleman, while Ize Iyamu was aggressive, speaking and talking like a thug. Well, I do not know if he's a thug, but one thing I do know for sure, that he exhibited so much aggression, that's the word. He was almost aggressive, as if there's more to it he would have done more. But that's where we're going to wrap it up. What's the take on what this young man is saying? He's so angry, so bitter. In fact, he's saying whether they like it or not, even if it is that, let this mechanic go and retrieve those cars. What do you think about this bitter one, and all the fact that he's a very staunch supporter of Ize Iyamu is now rooting for Obaseki simply because of that debate? Maybe if we had done that debate too between the presidency and the presidential debate, maybe Nigeria won't have been where we are today. But that's where we're going to wrap it up. Let's meet in the comment section. What's your take? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel. Stay tuned for more.